A devastating scene here in Beaumont, Texas, days after Tropical Storm Harvey made landfall for the second time. Right now, the water literally covers the entire roadway, and I'm waist deep here, but further down the road, you can see there's a street sign there. Water's all the way to the bottom of that stop sign. Residents living in this area say they've never seen anything like this. Now we're at the intersection of Interstate 10 and Texas Highway 87 in Orange County. What's supposed to be a main drag through north and south of the city is now flooded and can only be passed if you're driving some type of large vehicle. And that's what we've seen today. Volunteers driving their trucks and their boats into dangerous situations, risking not only their safety, but their property as they go into harm's way to save others. And we had a chance to speak to one woman who was saved from her home. Facing the possibility of losing every single thing she owns, she still had a word of encouragement for everyone going through the storm.
Don't lose faith. Nobody lose faith, ever. He's here. Just remember that. We're going through a little bit. Texas has been through it. We have been through it more than once. We'll get through this one.
It happened in the first day or so after Harvey hit, and now it's happened again. This time, it involves a member of the News 10 team. We're talking about when a reporter becomes part of the story. And it was all caught on camera when our own Dalford Jones rescued a woman from her vehicle that was submerged in flood waters. It happened Friday morning in Port Arthur, Texas. Crew members from KLFY were on a flooded highway and spotted the vehicle. That's when Dalford says he sprang into action. Moments later, the driver was rescued and brought to safety. He says, "I'm not a hero, I'm just a man. Anybody would have done the same thing. I was just in the right place at the right time," end quote. Dalford, we're so proud of you. Way to go.
A teller is in recovery after being shot during a bank robbery here at Community First Bank in Broussard. As cleanup crews picked up remnants of the day, residents of Broussard, like Jeffrey McKinley, are still trying to wrap their minds around what happened.
Like I said, I was kind of shocked to hear that something like this in Broussard would happen.
10 years ago, if you had questions about heroin in Acadiana, you would have more than likely been told it was non-existent. But fast forward to present day, November 2017, ask that same question, and you're more than likely to have someone share a personal story of themselves, an associate, or even a family member that has battled with addiction. Meet Andrea Gaspard. Injuries sustained in a car accident 15 years ago meant Andrea would need prescription medication for the pain. What she didn't expect was to get hooked on the meds for 10 years.
I never thought the addiction would be worse than what it was already.
But it did get worse, much worse, as Andrea began to lie and steal from those closest to her to fuel her habit.
Things I would do in my addiction it's not what I would do. That wasn't me at all. The drugs defined me completely. And
Andrea isn't alone. As recorded by the Lafayette Police Department, from one incident in 2009, that number grew by 1,900% to 20 as of October of 2017.
News 10's Dalford Jones has been on the scene all night and joins us live with an update.
Megan and Acadiana, good morning. An active scene here in Lafayette as crime scene investigators are still scraping up and gathering evidence. Now, as we reported, a Lafayette police officer was shot and killed while responding to a shooting here at the Big Boy store on the corner of Moss and Van Buren. I'd like to try and paint a picture for you guys at home, if you can imagine with me. Now, as the fallen officer was taken out of the store, every single first responder that was here, there were literally dozens of them, every single one of them, they lined the pathway from the doors of the store all the way to the coroner's van and gave the officer one final salute as he was taken away.